to 8. As we have started from the very beginning on how things were in the beginning, how God created, that is the master plan of everything, and coming to the formless and emptiness and darkness of the earth, but his presence was felt there. Then he came to make light into existence, to separate the darkness from the light. And today we are digging more on that, looking at the verse 6, and I'll be reading from the New International Version, and the Bible reads Genesis 1, chapter 6. Genesis chapter 6, chapter 1, verse 6. The Bible reads, "And God said, let there be an expanse between the waters, so to separate water from water. So God made the expanse and separated the water under the expanse from the water above it, and it was so. God called the expanse sky, and there was evening and there was morning the second day." I repeat, and God said, let there be an expanse between the waters, to separate water from water. So God made the expanse and separated the water under the expanse from the water above it, and it was so. God called the expanse sky, and there was evening and there was morning the second day. So we see God is continuing with the master plan of the earth. As we view it from the start, that the world or the earth was disorganized. It was formless. Nothing was there. Like, you cannot see things clearly. Things were not organized the way they are. So now the master planner is trying to organize things and is trying to put things in order now. After the light, now on the second day, God said, he now kept on saying now. God is speaking. He has not touched anything. He's just speaking. And by his word, things obey and they appear the way he wants them to appear. So when God said, let there be an expanse between the waters, as we read from verse 2, that the earth was filled with waters all over. Now God needs to separate. And by separating the waters, he's saying, let there be an expanse, a space between the waters, so that they may separate water from waters, to make the water, other water above and the other under that expanse, that space. So God is creating a space to separate water above and water under, because he wants to organize. He wants to put things into order. He wants to plan things. He's planning things. The things that he's planning today, it's going to benefit what will happen the following days, what will happen tomorrow, what will happen next. So God was very keen. You can see how he's organizing things. You see, friends, in our lives, sometimes things may look disorganized. Sometimes we may have plans, but we may wonder how will we fulfill these plans. Sometimes we may go through things and we don't understand why are we going through these things. You can be going through a certain challenge, a certain difficulty, and you don't know, why am I passing through this road? Why this road is very rough on my side? You feel it. It's painful experience. You're going through something that you did not expect, something that sometimes you feel that it is very heavy on your shoulders. You can't carry on. You even ask yourself, If it was my wish, may this cup be removed from me because I can't handle it. It is too much for me. We even cry to God, God, this is too much. I'm going through a series of bad news, one after the other. I'm going through a series of family problems, one after the other. I'm going through bad news of my health or my close person's health, one after the other. Series of education that is very loaded to me, one after the other. My business is what is keep getting worse one day after another day. At my workplace, things are difficult, things are hard from one day to another. The political situation that we are facing in different countries and the place that you are, maybe it's getting worse from one day after the other, from one year to the other, from one month to the other. It is chaos. And in the heart, peace is not felt anymore. Morals are not felt anymore, decaying day by day. And we may even start to ask questions like, how will the next generation live a life? If it is this now, how will it be tomorrow? How will it be the next 5 years? How will it be the next 10 years? And that starts to worry us. That starts to create worry, create doubt. You see, friends, the things that are happening in our lives or in the world, we don't have to be scared of them, but rather bring our worries and our doubts at Jesus' feet. Let's bring them and trust Him. Why? Because the things that God, we have to remember that God is not blind, or He has not closed His eyes, or He has not closed His ears, not to hear or to see what is happening. He sees all, He hears them all. On the second day, we learn that God's presence is here. No matter how the chaos is, His presence is always there. Because He is Emmanuel, with us always. And the promise to be with us always up to the end of the world. The world is not ended yet, so His presence is still here until the end, until the last final act on the earth. His presence will be there. So knowing that, we have to know that everything that happens, God allows to happen. He's not the source for the chaos to happen, but He allows them to happen. He's not responsible for my problems and my challenges, but He just allows them to face me. And He says that any difficulty, any challenge, any temptation will not come to you, any test will not face you, the one that is above you. It's just on your level. But again, yet He said, I'll make a door for an escape. So all things that are happening, God has allowed them to happen. Why? He has a reason. But you may know it later. It may not have a benefit now, but you'll see the benefit later. God has a reason to make things or to allow things to appear just they are now. Telling us that hold on to Him, to trust in His plan, to obey His word, and hanging on there, no matter what is happening now, we will see what will happen in the future if we keep on trusting Him, having deep faith in Him, and having courage, hope that our Master is there. He will do it. He knows, He hears, and He will deliver. Why I bring this? God separated the waters above from the waters beneath. and he put an expanse. And the Bible says he named that expanse. God made an expanse to separate water under the expanse from the waters above it, and it was so. So after he said, let an expanse appear to separate these waters, it just appeared, and it was so. And then he says that God called the expanse sky. So the sky that we see is the proof that it was there on the second day of creation. That space, the sky, that space, it was created on that day. He created the sky on the second day so that later, on the days to come, the sky could hold the sun, the moon, and the stars. So that on the other day to come, the sky could be the source of the living creatures that fly above, that fly on that expanse, on that space that God created. So God created the sky on the second day. It was there. But he knows that this sky I'm putting it now, the expanse that I'm putting now, this space, I'm going to feel something that will be beautiful to view, better to view, and there'll be creatures that this sky will be the source of them to roam around there. That's why the birds fly freely from the sky. Why? Because it's from the sky. When God speaks to the sky, it brings forth those birds. When he created the lights of sun, moon, and stars, says that I'll hang you there. That's why when you look at the sky, you see the sun, you see the moon, you see the stars, and a very beautiful view. But on the second day, it was just the sky. If you were there, you could never understand why this thing God is put in the second day. What's this? But later, you see the sun hung there, the moon and the stars, and the view is very beautiful. Later on, you see creatures, the eagles, and all kind of birds, how they roam around the sky, And that's God speak to the sky and they're brought forth. So that's why I said, whatever is happening now, you may not know. But if you keep trusting God as the master plan, he knows that after this, what will come later, if you stick to his plan. If you stay faithful in believing in him. If you cast all your fears and your doubts at his feet and wait for him to speak. It's time in our lives at a certain point. We need not to speak anymore. Let our words be little and let God's word be many in our lives. Because he knows the way. He knows the plan. He knows how to create out of nowhere. Out of formless, he knows how to make things being in form. Out of disorganized, he knows how to organize. So out of chaos, he knows how to make peace. Out of those problems and challenges, he knows how to make a solution and opportunities. So what we need to do is to stay close to him, to walk hand in hand with him. Let's walk with God as Enoch walked in those days. Let's trust in him because he's worthy to be trusted. He formed that sky. He made that expanse to separate the waters. But he knows I'm putting this sky today. It will help me. It will be and help this sky. It will do something on the fourth day. It will do something on the fifth day. And today is the second day. That's why you may not know, but God knows it all. God knows he holds our tomorrow as he holds our today. He holds our future as he holds our present. What we need to do is to stay close to him. Have faith in him. Obey him so that the master planner, the creator, once he speaks and start to create something in our lives, we may be confident that he is always after our own good. What are you facing today? What challenges are there in your lives? What is shaking your faith? I understand we are human. It's okay to have doubts and fears. It's okay. It's not a sin. It's okay. We may be challenged. We may be faced with circumstances, and it is in human nature. That's our nature now. Since we lost it at the Garden of Eden, our hearts are filled with fear, filled with doubts. It's okay to have that room. It's okay. But what to do when doubts arise? What to do when fears comes our way? What to do when we tremble? What to do? What we need to do is to cast all our fears, to cast our doubts and our worries at Jesus' feet. Go back to our roots. Go back to our source of life. Go back to that creator and say, Father, here I am. My heart is full of fear. My heart is full of doubt. I don't know if what I can face tomorrow. My heart is longing just for you. I'm human and I'm troubled with this. This news has troubled my mind. This news have shaken my faith in you. And I've got fear. I've got doubts. How will I face tomorrow? How will I handle my family and my work is in jeopardy? How? Show me the way. Show me, Father. Show me how do I go about this? I've lost my loved one and I feel this total darkness. I don't know how to start. I don't know how can I move without my loved one. We shared things. We shared plans. How? God, I'm lost. I need you to take my hand and lead the way. I'll just close my eyes, put my trust in you. Show me the way, Father. Let's go back to our roots. Let's go back to our Creator. Let's go back to the Master. He knows what to create to make a space. Are you feel crumbled? There's no space in your life. You can't even breathe. You are faced with things that make you even not to breathe well. You feel like things have been squeezed and squeezed and squeezed on your side. You've been pushed to the limits. You need an expanse. You need an expanse. You need something to separate you from the problems. You need to be separated from the chaos and challenges. There is a creator who knows how to separate. There is a creator who will separate the waters below and the waters above and create an expanse. Create a space. Create a sky. That the sky will be the source of your success. It will be the source of your solutions. You need solutions to those problems. God can get a space and you can see solution. You need opportunities from those challenges. God can create an expanse so that you can see the opportunities and glorify your Father in heaven. You want to be separated from sin that has been trolling you over and over again, praying and praying, but it's still there, stuck there, and you don't know what to do. Go back to your roots, to the Father, the master plan, the Creator. He will create a space between you and that sin. He will remove it there, and you'll be there. The space will be there, and you'll feel His Spirit. At one point in our lives, we need that space. We need that expanse, that sky. As you know, the sky is where God put all the gases there. And one of them is oxygen, helping us to inhale, to have our life move on. He knows we'll need it. He put a sky. And in there, the scientists say there are a bunch of gases that make things to be the way they are. the carbon, the whatever, the carbon that the plant needs so that it can have it and bring out oxygen that's there in the air, free of charge, that makes things move slowly and happily so that we enjoy the air that's blowing here and there. It was there on the second day before even man was created. So God knows that what he allows today, if we stick with his plan, he's going to organize it and make it to be a benefit in our lives. That challenge that you're facing today, that problem that you're facing today, it can be an advantage to you, a blessing in disguise, so that you can hold on to God. You can strengthen, so that he can strengthen your spiritual muscles and make your faith to grow in Christ day by day. We may not know all, but God knows it all. What we need to do is to cast all on him, throw them at his feet. You know, my dear friends, when you see the sky's color is blue, and you say the blue sky. And we read the Bible from the book of Numbers, Numbers chapter 15, verses 38 to 39. God is telling Moses to tell the Israelites to put that something on the corners of their clothes, and it was to be a blue in color. To be in blue in color. Why? God tells Moses, put that blue. It has to be a blue so that they may remember my commands and obey them. They can remember all my commands and obey them. The blue on the corner of their clothes. Why? The sky is blue so that when we look at it, remember God's commandments. Remember God's pure character, God's perfect character. Reminds us of God's commandments, that the character of God is pure, he is holy. So that whatever we look at the blue sky, the blue color of the sky, when we look up, that's why we always say, look up and see. Look up, don't look down, don't look sideways, just look up. If you look up, you see the blue sky. And the blue sky reminds you of God's perfect character, of God's commands, God's promises, that he is perfect, that his characters are this way, his commands are this way. I need to obey and follow. Then you move forward with faith. So it's a reminder of many things. And for that color to be there, reminding us of God's commands so that we may obey him. And when we obey God, we know that we're in a safe side. My dear friends, do you need God to create a space, an expanse in your life so that the sky can be seen? And you'll see solutions, you'll see opportunities, and you'll see things that matters in your life. Don't worry of what is happening now in your life. Just have faith in Jesus, trust in him, obey, remember his commands and obey him, and be rest assured your tomorrow will be greater than today. Tomorrow, you'll stand and testify on the things that God has done in your life. We better go back to our roots, because there we'll find the Creator. He's ready to create an expanse. He's ready to create that space that you need, that space that you need to separate you from the things that are attached to you that are not for you. He will bring them away and make you to be seen as a good creation from him. We are God's masterpiece. We are special in his sight. No matter what has happened to us, let's trust in him. Because what he has allowed today, if we have faith in him, we'll stand and testify tomorrow and be thankful of the challenge of today, because it strengthens us, it brings us closer to him, and we can bring others to see how God is love, the master plan, the creator of everything. Let's go back to our roots, because from there, it's when all the answers are there on our questions, on our problems, on our trials. Trust in Jesus. Try again today to trust him. Depend on King Emmanuel. You will see that the goodness of God runs in our lives. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.